Research has found that the interaction between specific amino acids and oral microbes could lead to mitochondrial dysfunction that could lead to onset of breast cancer. Yes, so your oral microbes, specific oral microbes, could express a specific enzyme called cystathionine beta synthase, right? That could metabolize cysteine and cystathionine into hydrogen sulfide. Now you could get cysteine from the normal diet you consume, and your gut microbes could actually metabolize, methionine into homocysteine that can be recycled back into cystathionine, which requires vitamin B6 as a cofactor. Now this cystathionine can be taken up by cystathionine beta synthase that could lead to production of hydrogen sulfide. Now H2S hydrogen sulfide is a toxic gas. It suppresses, superoxide dismutase, which is an antioxidant, and this leads to production of free radicals, oxidative damage, and mitochondrial dysfunction. Hydrogen sulfide could also, suppress cytochrome C oxidase, which is an enzyme required to produce ATP using oxygen, right? And this inhibition of cytochrome C oxidase leads to damaged respiration and leads to, onset of breast cancer, and cancer cells start fermenting glucose and glutamine for their survival and growth, right? H2S could also lead to overexpression of something called NAMPT, which is required for the synthesis of NAD. However, in the situation of systemic inflammation like production of H2S, overexpression of NAMPT could fuel, tumor growth. Therefore, H2S via different, metabolic pathways could promote angiogenesis, could promote tumor cell growth, could accelerate cell growth cycle, and therefore it could trigger onset of breast cancer. Therefore, it is very important to understand, to decode your oral health, and to make sure that you're adopting the right oral hygiene practices and specific microbes are not active, that is producing hydrogen sulfide, right? So just focusing on your genetic mutations is not going to help. You have to really understand the interaction between your oral microbiome and your systemic health in order to prevent and detect onset of breast cancer at a very early stage.